All right, today we're taking notes over understanding percents. I want to share a couple key concepts with you guys. I want you to write these key concepts over here. A couple hints that we have. Number one, it's usually easier to set up the problem with the word of in it. Set up phrase with of. And we know that of means multiply. That's key to this. Okay, and another key concept would be change your percent to a decimal. And this we've done in the past. We were dividing by 100 or move the decimal 2 spots. All right, so let's look at this. So the first one, what is 40% of 33? 40% of 33. So set up with the phrase of, we already have that. Of means multiply, so that means multiply. Change your percent to a decimal. So the decimal was here. I'm going to divide by 100. So I'm really doing 0.4 times 33, which you could, well, you don't need a calculator for this. 33 times 4 is 132. And we're moving the decimal over 1 spot, so the answer is 13 2/10. Okay, which makes sense. About half of 30 is about 15. That's about right. All right, the next one. What is 72% of 55? Of means multiply. We're moving the decimal here 2 spots, so 0.72 times 55. And we could set this one up and work it out. The answer will give you 39 6/10. If I got 396, I got to realize that doesn't make sense. It's got to be smaller than 55. It's got to be about 3/4 of 55, which 40 is about there. Okay, next question. Suppose an individual has a body fat percentage of 19.5%, pretty typical, and weighs 137 pounds. How many pounds of his weight is made up of fat? Round your answer to the nearest tenth. So 19.5% of his total weight, 137, is fat. Okay, so again, we are going to change the of to multiplication. We're going to divide by 100 to turn it to a decimal. 0.195 times 137, which will give you, let's say you think it's 267 pounds. That does not make sense. He can't have 267 pounds of fat if he only weighs 137. So it's actually 26.7 pounds. That would make more sense. All right, next. A file that is 237 megabytes is being downloaded. If the file is 17.7% complete, how many megabytes have been downloaded? Route your answer to the nearest tenth. So we know our answer has to be less than 237. It's 17.7% of 237. Okay, so we're going to change it to a multiplication problem. Going to divide by 100 to turn it to a decimal. Your answer will give you 41.9 megabytes. It's not very much these days. Used to be back in the day. Question 5. An item has a list price of $35. If the sales tax rate is 9%, how much is the tax? Sales tax, not the total price with sales tax, but just the sales tax. So the sales tax is 9% of 35. Okay, we got to move the decimal 2 spots. Don't put 0.9. It's 9/100 of 35. So our answer has to be much smaller than $35. It's $3.15, which makes sense. 10% of 35 would be $3.50, a little less than that. Next problem. An item is regularly priced at $95, almost $100. It's on sale for 20% off the regular price. So you're not paying 20%, you're being discounted 20%. How much in dollars is it discounted from the regular price? So not what is the regular price, but how much are you saving? Okay, so we want to figure out what 20% of $95 is. Sometimes you gotta be careful with how the question's worded. Sometimes it's gonna ask much different things. It's gonna say how much are you actually paying. Well, this isn't how much you're paying, this is how much you're not paying. So if you multiply those, it's gonna give you $19. You're saving $19. You're actually paying, well, 95 minus 19, $76. Okay, now we're gonna estimate. Estimate a 15% tip on a dinner bill that's $82.71 by first rounding the bill to the nearest $10. Okay, so first we have to round this to the nearest $10. It's going to be either $80 or $90. Well, $82 is closer to $80. So I do want you to write this out, even though we should be doing this mentally. So a 15% tip of $80, 15% of $80. Well, we can break 15% to 10% of 80. 10% of 80 is easy, that's just $8. So then 5% of 80 would be half of $8. So that'd be $4. So we had 10% and then 5% more. So $8 and then $4 more for a total of $12. $12 would be a pretty good tip. Okay, so we want to make sure that makes sense. We're paying $82 for the meal and $12 for a tip. Pretty good there. Okay, for this next one, I'm going to change the problem a little bit. Let's say you're going to give a, let's give a really big tip. Let's say 25%. You're feeling generous today. 25% tip on a dinner bill that's $49.21. First round the bill to the nearest $10. Okay, so $49.21 either rounds to 40 or 50. It's clearly closer to $50. And we're going to figure out what 25% of $50 is. Okay, so again, let's do 10% of 50. 10% is $5. Another 10% would be another $5. And then 5% would be half of $5, so $2.50. So you could mentally add all those up, and you're leaving $12.50. I would have gone about that problem differently. I would have said 1/4 of $50, or better yet, 1/4 of $48, because that would just give you $12 right off the bat. But that's not what the problem asked. We're working on percents, not fractions. Like I've told you before, we want a lot of tools in our toolbox, and then you get to choose. All right, next question. In a poll, students were asked to choose which of the 6 colors was their favorite. So here's 6 colors: green, pink, blue, red, purple, orange. Okay, a lot of green. Must be a Yorktown poll. The circle graph shows how the students answered. If 12,000 students participated, wow, that's a lot. How many chose green? Okay, well, 43% chose green. So 43% of 12,000 students. So again, of means multiply. And we're going to change this percent to a decimal by dividing by 100. Okay, that's going to give you 5,160 students. This is an approximate because I'm sure it wasn't exactly 43, but 5,160 students chose green. Always ask if your answer makes sense. Why the green love, I'm not sure, but according to the pie chart, it makes sense. Let's look at another pie chart or circle graph. This circle graph shows how a family budgets its annual income. If the total annual income is $95,000, so they make almost $100,000 a year, what amount is budgeted for food? Okay, so looking at food, it's 18%. So if they made 100,000, it'd be $18,000. We know it's going to be a little less than $18,000. We're going to figure out 18% of 95,000 of means multiply. So we're going to figure out 1800ths of 95,000. The answer is, once you plug it into your calculator, you could do it, work it out, but it's $17,100. That is a little less than our original estimate of 18,000. All right, I'd like you to go do this work.